Hey guys, I'm out here tonight to make a comparison between two flashlights, the PD32, the XPG2 series, which is the second one from the XPG1 that was made earlier, I think last year. Also, comparing that to the PD35 that I got just over a week ago. I wanted to use these two lights as a comparison as opposed to comparing the 35 with the PD32 UE, which tends to be a bit floodier, but it doesn't really have the depth or the throw. The XPG2 series of the PD32 has the throw because it has a much more concentrated beam. So I thought that would be a fairly good comparison because the 35 kind of has a combination. It reminds me of a PD32 UE that has some flood, but it also has more depth, probably something comparable to the 32. The 32 also, the maximum on the XPG2 bulb is 340 lumens, whereas the 35 is 850 lumens. I'm not going to show you the flashlights. There's other videos out there that will pretty much break down and show you the attractiveness of the flashlights. I'm here basically to show you the bottom line, which I think most people want to see is how effective is this light. A couple things I just want you to keep in mind as well. That the distances, and I'll show you in a second, that I'm using, the maximum distance will be about 300 feet. I figured that the effective range of most lights that you see advertised out there is usually half of what they advertise. And by effective, I basically mean a light that when you shine it on a target, you can make out what it is. And in the PD35's case, I believe they advertise about 607 feet. That's probably possible, but can you really see anything at that distance? Not sure. So I guesstimated that probably 300 feet would be the maximum that most people would probably use in normal circumstances. I wanted to use or show a light demonstration mainly because although there are some videos out there and a couple of them are fairly good, I'm not really seeing a lot of it. I see a lot of people disassembling the light, showing you all the features. That's why I'm not going to go into any depth as far as that goes. But anyway, just to give you a brief spec on the PD32, for those of you who may not have it or are considering getting it, there's 6 options on this light. You have the standard flashlight or torch features, and there's 4 levels, 5 lumens, 70, 135, and 340. And then you have the additional features of a strobe, which is set at 340 lumens, and then you have an SOS feature, which is set at 135 lumens. The PD35, on the other hand, has 6 settings as well. However, 5 of them are devoted to actual torch use, and the 6th one is a strobe. And I'm not going to show you the strobe tonight, but basically the strobe is rated at 850 lumens. The levels that I'll go through with the 35 are 10 lumens, 45, 170, 450, and then the turbo, which is 850 lumens. In addition to that, a lot of the specs that you see when you look these flashlights online, they're rated on a 2600 milliamp hour battery. For my flashlights, I put in a Orbitronics, for both of them, Orbitronics 18650 3400 milliamps. The only thing that really does is it extends the time or use of the light. It doesn't make it any brighter or anything to that effect, but they're very good batteries so far. I've had them for a little while and I haven't had any issues with them at all. Okay, so Let me go through the basic distances that we'll be dealing with, and I'm going to have to use a little light so at least you can make out what it is I'm showing you. I'm basically in a path on a sidewalk that's fairly dark. You might see some wildlife if you see any glowing eyes in the distance. There's some cats in the park. Okay, off to the left here, this distance is about 30 feet. This distance here is approximately 75, 76 feet. And if you can see down here, this tree down here is just over 145 feet. And then straight ahead, and I'm not sure if you can see the wall down there, that wall is from where I'm standing about 300 feet, give or take a foot. Okay, so let me go through the cycles of the PD32 first. I'll start low with the 5 lumens, and then I'll work up to 34 or 340 just so you get an idea. Okay. Alright, this is 5, and I'll aim it down here. Second setting, third setting, and then the turbo, which is again 340 lumens. The spill is fairly good. I'd say the bottom of the spill, which would be the bottom of your screen, and it is cut off, I'd say that's probably close to about 8 feet from where I am, and I'm right behind the video. Alright, and again, PD32. And I will switch now to the 35. Okay, the 35 will start off at 10 lumens, and you probably can see that. And I'm going to just bump it up in the levels so that you can get a decent idea. This is the second level, third level, fourth level, which is high, and then this is the turbo, 850 lumens. The tree where these poles are, right here, if you were underneath it, it'd be about 15 feet above your head. And as you can see, the spill is pretty good. I'd say it's somewhere between 7 and 8 feet, so it's not that much difference as far as distance goes, but it really lights up quite a bit. And again, I'm not sure if how far you can see down range here, but the wall is right there with my little laser pointer. But the branch above here is pretty well lit as well, right here. Also, I wanted to add that this time at 850 lumens, it will remain on this setting for approximately 5 minutes, somewhere between 4 and 5. And yes, I've read forums where it does get warm after about 2 minutes or so. Not to the point where you can fry an egg on it, but it definitely gets warm. It'll shut down and cycle to the next setting, which is about 450 lumens. Okay, I'm going to take you to a second point, more of an open area, so you get a good idea of the full spread of this particular light. Alright, thank you for watching.